Well, hey everybody, good morning. It's kind of early here, but Charlie gets me up super early every day, every single day. So, we're on with you right now. Hope you're doing great. I want to just look at messages for you today for who's ever watching. We are in the Mercury retrograde, and happily we're in this nice energy of Cancer, this very nurturing energy of Cancer. So I would just be mindful. I feel like this is a time for you to nurture yourself and pull in a little bit. I mean, you know, we all know about Mercury retrograde, and you can say something stupid and it just goes off the chain. So I feel like now, because of this Cancer, this nice Cancerian energy, especially after the solstice and the eclipse that's happening on the 20th and 21st, I feel like you just want to pull inside. Okay? I feel like you just want to pull inside a little bit and just be very mindful of saying anything or doing anything that's harsh. Okay? I think you want to resist doing anything that's harsh. This is about a movement into compassion, a movement into just being very loving and kind, and especially to yourself. Okay, so that's an important message I want to get out there. I am gonna do continued content, extended read with this. So just FYI, if you're new to the channel, hey. If you like the content I create, please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to learn tarot, I teach some live tarot classes. I have a whole course that you can take. The links are below for that. I also do some special stuff over on Patreon. So if you're brand new, hey, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, let's see what's going on here for you. I'm definitely getting something about gateways right now. Gateways, moving towards something. The combination to me of Gemini, right? The North Node for the collective is in Gemini. And we're in this, now we're moving into this Cancerian, right? So they're like both at the bottom, or both, you know, in the natural chart, in the original chart, starting with Aries, right? They're both sort of here at the bottom, and that is like your internal space. So while you're getting clarity, North Node getting clarity about things, you're finally seeing the truth about things. This Cancerian energy of nurturing is like having compassion. It's also having, taking care of yourself. So in this energy of Gemini, when we're seeing new things, it's like, what's going to be right for you to do? So instead of just going down a road of like, oh, wow, I didn't even know this, I'm going to just, race off and tell this person off or something like that. I think what you want to do instead, my recommendation to you would be to, what outcome do I want? Okay, what do I truly want to achieve? So before you do anything, I think this is advice for any time, but before you do anything, especially now in this Mercury retrograde, think, what's the outcome? What do I want as the outcome? Do you want conflict? Do you just want to have connection with this person? Because a lot of you can just have connection with a person, and it can be very negative. So if you're really just wanting connection, okay, I guess that's fine. You can just, race off and tell this person off, and you have a little hit of their energy. But if you want to create a positive connection with someone, before you go racing off with this new truth that you found, and by the way, you're getting the new truth because you're asking the right questions. That's what Gemini does. You're asking the right question. So much about tarot is asking the right question. Because you can just be like, okay, what do I do about this person? And you throw out a spread. And it's confusing to you. You know why? Because you didn't ask a specific enough question. If I want a love relationship with this person, what is my best path? Because you can only control yourself, right? So that's the thing that needs to happen, is ask the right question. And that's what's going on right now for the collective, okay? So I'll show you, wow, this is beautiful. So ascending the mountain. This is the beginning, I'm getting total chills on that. This is the beginning of this voyage, not the end. This is the beginning of something very beautiful that's happening in a big way. And I feel like the things are in chaos right now. This could be in your unique situation for yourself. This can be in the collective. This can be in the world. Things are in chaos right now because there's so much going on astrologically. There's so much going on, and that's reflected in people's behaviors of, trying to push opinions, trying to, no one does research, right? So there's just this like blah, 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 blah. So for you here, this is the beginning of something very beautiful. So what you want to do, this voyage of the heart, is Cancerian energy. So you're navigating this with not a naivete, because I feel like the water signs, this is not connected to any sign in particular, but I do feel like the water signs are coming out of a very naive period. And that's that Gemini in the North Node, right? Getting the real deal, real information. That's going to pull them from that place of naivete. Air signs, you always are asking questions, but asking the right question is for you. Fire signs, I had a little pre-meditation this morning. Relax and just let things open up. Is that what I wrote? I'm writing while I'm laying in bed. So relax and turn negatives into positives. And the earth signs, you'll be better at showing someone your opinion if you're in this Cancerian energy, okay? So I didn't really intend to do that, to share with each of the energies. I'm going to do more on that later today, or later, like yesterday and today. But that's what you need to understand, is that this is a much more sweet energy, but not naive. Because of Gemini, because Gemini is the one who does the reporting, who digs for facts, okay? So it's not naive, but it's going to bring you into a new place, because you're going to be like, okay, I see some truth now. I'm not naive anymore, or I'm not solely focused on one point of view. I'm reporting, and I don't know if I told you, I think I did say this. There was, when I was working in TV news, there are two kinds of reporters. The kind that thinks they know the story before they go out and ask any questions. So they ask questions that are going to give them the point of view that they're trying to put forth. And the other kind who doesn't have a dog in the fight, doesn't have an opinion, and doesn't really know anything about it, but they're going to learn about it and they're going to ask questions from 360 degrees. The second kind of reporter is the kind of reporter that you want to be right now. So coming at it from a very like, okay, these are all the beliefs I have. These are all the things I'm looking at, and with Saturn retrograding so much now, or things in Capricorn, I have my little, with things in so much retrograde right now, 6 planets by the end of June, with things the way they are, you're going to need to be that second kind of reporter. You're going to need to not only look through your own lens of your own belief system. And that is going to really shift things, but it's going to take this year. I'm sorry to tell you that. When Jupiter moves into Aquarius at the end of 2020, December 20th, I think, then this is going to have its first release. And then again, next year, at the end of next year, even more so. It's like Aquarius is seeing the big picture, and we all want to help each other, right? Aquarius is about the collective, okay? Aquarius is the house of, the group and large groups of people, and how can we all help each other? Age of Aquarius, okay? So things will be shifted by then in a big way, but by the time we get to that, if you are in this energy of compassion and allowing yourself to question your own reality or questioning your own beliefs, long-held beliefs from childhood. For example, did someone tell you that you weren't good at math? Maybe that was just because of them. Maybe that's not really true. Maybe that just completely threw water on your idea of, wow, math is kind of interesting. I'm really into music, so math does seem to connect for me. Yup. Math and music, very connected. Okay, So let's see where we go. I got some major chills on that. Somebody really needed to hear that. Okay, let's see where we go here. What is happening for you? Where's Charlie? Oh, he's in. His little bed is the same color as he is, so I can barely see him in there. Okay. All right. All right. I saw the Queen of Pentacles, and now I'm seeing this. The Wheel of Fortune. This is Jupiter energy. We're just talking about Jupiter moving into Aquarius at the end of this year. Don't wait for that, but in the meantime, just know that this wheel is still turning. Okay, the wheel is still turning. So things are coming up and things are going down. Things are moving forward. Things are being left behind. Things are coming into being. So it's the wheel in the sky keeps turning. Journey. All you graduates from the 80s. All right. 5 of Cups, Judgment, Queen of Swords, Tower, Star, Aquarius. Right there. King of Swords, more Aquarius. So this is the clear sight, and this is the healing together. Boy, do I like that. All right, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Jupiter, which is Sagittarian energy. This is very much a clear-eyed look at something that came out, something that came through to you about relationships of the past. So when I say to you, look at things differently or look at things through a new lens, you could always believe, well, I attract narcissists and I'm an empath, and so that's a higher calling. It's a I'm victimized by this. You might want to reconsider that because they're both codependent. Empaths and narcissists, if they're stuck on the same kind of pattern, repeating pattern, both are codependent, right? It's not a virtuous thing. It's neither virtuous nor evil. It's not like that. It's just that, hey, this is the lesson you need to work on. And if you get yourself into the place of like, well, I'm in a virtuous place because I'm an empath, hey, we all also have a fair amount of narcissism to us. Otherwise, we couldn't get out of bed in the morning. So nothing is either all good or bad. And I'm not saying narcissists are good. Don't fill the comments with narcissists are terrible. I know that. I got that. What I'm saying to you is that the opposite is also needing review, because empaths also can shield themselves from improving and helping themselves, healing themselves by thinking, well, I'm 100% virtuous in this and that person's all bad. And so what that does is it takes you out of an empowering position. You, as an empath, you can become more empowered by taking 100% responsibility for everything that goes on in your life. That's an empowering position. And that's not naive, right? We're moving out of that naivete and we're asking better questions. So definitely with the King of Swords and Queen of Swords here. So 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 8 of Swords. You did not see this. You did not know that this person cheated on you or that you had a pattern that was very naive, that may have facilitated someone's behavior, may have supported someone else. You see how, I like in this deck, see how she's holding the 2 of Cups with her eyes closed, has her back to that person who's juggling the 3. So this is kind of like a willful blindness thing where, I just don't want to know. I just don't want to know. I'd prefer to think that I'm not responsible for any kind of shenanigans that go on in my relationship. And I'm very trusting and all of that kind of stuff. I let people in too soon. All of those things can be true, but it doesn't mean that they're more virtuous. I guess that's the position I want to shift you from into something that's more powerful. All right. It's just not, it's not that it's not true. It's not that you're not a good person. It's nothing like that. It's just that, don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to be in a more powerful position that you're actually doing stuff that's going to impact your life in a positive way? So you can look at yourself and be like, wow, look at me. Holy cow. I didn't realize that and this is what's coming through, is somebody from the past played you or was a player or did something, whatever it was. I mean, it's showing up as threes. It can be anything. It can be lying, cheating, stealing, blah, 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 blah. Name the behavior, right? And you may have looked at it through a lens of disempowerment for yourself, because that's all I care about. Who cares about the other person? Really? I care about you. I care about you doing things that are more empowering for yourself. So you're going to be asking the right questions. You're going to be asking the right questions now, because we're in that Gemini retrograde thing, and it's going to cause a tower moment for you. Don't shy away from this, because it's going to be eye-opening judgment. It's going to be eye-opening. It's going to bring you to a crossroads of how you do things, how you do relationships, how you allow people to be in relationships with you. And then you've got this is Aquarius, right? Very, very healing energy. So this can be the rest of this year, okay? This can almost be a reading for the rest of this year. And what's happening is Three of Pentacles and Three of Wands down here. Yep, I see it. Third party. You got Three of Cups as part of Five of Cups here, right? The person there juggling the three. However, you can also look at this through a different lens, which is I got to work on myself and I got to expect better of people. I've got to have a better, higher expectation of people. And I've also got to be more discerning. That's what the Queen of Swords is, more discerning. You ask this person the right question, they could be super cold to you, okay? They could get super cold and very prickly. But you're again, what do you want? What's the end game here? The end game is I want to have a good relationship. So are you going to waste a lot of time in a relationship that ultimately isn't going to be a good one for you, that's going to be lying, cheating, stealing, murkiness, sadness, but they're just, they need my help and all this. No. Okay? No. What you're going to need to do is the Queen of Swords cuts off this blinder. Okay? Because the Queen of Swords knows what question to ask. And when you have this Aquarian energy, this is all very airy. All right? Don't forget about this. We do have this Jupiter energy also of moving forward. Jupiter, also in retrograde, it can bring a behavior that's a little risky. Okay? It can bring, and this person may have perpetrated some risky behavior. That can be anything from not wearing a mask all the way to cheating on their spouse, right? It can be anything, all of those things in between. We've got, health crises going on. We've got political crises going on. We've got economic crises going on. We've got just so much going on here that your best navigation here, ascending the mountain, keep going forward. Keep in that energy of Cancerian, of nurturing the self, voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Don't waste a lot of time on something that isn't going to work for you because it's unhealthy, it's disingenuous, it's narcissistic, it's cold, it's blah, 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 right? It's all those things. Because you've got a big world ahead of you. You got some big stuff to do. Expand your horizons, okay? Expand your horizons. The Queen of Swords cuts off this mask because you're clearly seeing the Tower here is the awakening. It's the big awakening, but it's also the opening of your eyes to some things and the way some relationships have been handled. You're opening your eyes and you're asking the right questions. All right, I'm going to keep going on with this. If you'd like to continue on with me, the link is below for you. If you're on Patreon, this is part of the morning messages extended readings. That's part of your subscription. So either way, you can choose Vimeo or you can choose Patreon. All right, link is below for you. All the links, I'll see you over there.